member of Purchase's stand-up club, as well as being a writer for Purchase Late
Woo!
Night.
Yeah. She has a show coming up on October 14th at WPSR. Everybody please welcome Sara Gunn! Hey guys. Oh my god. Off to a great start. Cool. So I've been having some weird interactions with strange men lately. Ever happened? My mom took me to get my ears pierced, and we were walking up to the shop, and there was this kind of sketchy looking dude standing at the front, and before we can even make it to the door, this guy is right in front of us, and he's like, "Hey, you got a light?" And we're like, no. And we try to continue walking into the building because that's usually where that kind of interaction stops. But this man had other plans because he immediately got even further in our faces and was like, "You have a light? Do you have a light though? You have a light, right?" And we were like, "No, we don't." And so he just kept escalating, and we were like, "Dude, we don't have a light, like get out of our faces." And so next he did what any rational human being would do, right? And he flashed us. Whipped out his dick. And yeah, the employee inside saw it and he like ran out and chased him away. But afterwards I was thinking like, no, yeah, it makes sense that he did that. Because I think in his head he knew we had a lighter, right? And we just weren't giving it to him because he wasn't giving us anything back. It was like he just had to give us something of equal or greater value. It was a logical exchange of goods and services. But yeah, my mom loves to tell people I do stand-up. It's her hobby. Loves to tell her coworkers especially. I remember I was at a dinner party with her and her coworkers, and we were all sitting around in this beautiful living room eating our pulled pork sandwiches, and at one point the woman, the host of this dinner party, looks up from her sandwich and she says, "I hear we have a little comedian in the house. Sarah, would you like to do some jokes for us? I cleared out a space on the carpet." No. Oh, come on, it's just do one joke. One joke. I cleared out a space. I think you really want to do a joke for us. I didn't. I really didn't. You thought wrong, Kathy Ann from reception. But they were really egging me on. Everyone was super enthusiastic, so eventually they wore me down, and I did what any confident stand-up comedian would do, and I ran outside, and I sat in my mom's car for an hour and waited for her to drive me home. I take the bus a lot. I was sitting at the bus stop once, and this once again kind of sketchy dude comes up and he starts pacing back and forth in front of me, and he starts reaching into his pockets and pulling out cigarette butts and throwing them on the ground like they're condoms at gay pride. And he just keeps, there's like hundreds of them, and so eventually I make the mistake of looking him in the eyes, and then that's when he knew that he got me. He bends down and he gets real close so I can feel his breath on my face, and he asks me something I will never forget. "Do you like samurai swords?" Not what I was expecting. But I was like, "Listen, Sarah, you just gotta work through this. Like, you can't say yes, right? Because then he's gonna be like, 'Oh yeah, you like this one?' He's gonna whip one out and he's gonna slice me in half with it. And then if I say no, he's gonna be like, 'Why not? This one's pretty cool.' And then he's gonna slice me in half with it." And so I did the next best thing, and I said, "Nah." And then I ran to the nearest 7-Eleven, and I called my mom, and I waited for an hour so she could drive me home. But listen, I'm fine with it. It was a little traumatizing, but I'll survive. I mean, I wasn't gonna entertain him, right? I'm not gonna look at his samurai swords. He wasn't giving me anything back. The least he could have done is showed me his penis.